Welcome to today's episode, where we're exploring a powerful and often overlooked aspect of the menstrual cycle. How the hormones estrone and estradiol, collectively known as estrogen, stimulate the immune system, particularly the Th1 immune response. And we'll also dive into how these effects can lead to complications, especially for women on hormone replacement therapy. Let's start by breaking down the role of estradiol. Estradiol, also known as E2, is produced from day 7 to day 14 of the menstrual cycle, a critical phase where the body is preparing for the possibility of pregnancy. During this time, estradiol is working to thicken the uterine lining, getting it ready to receive a fertilized egg. But there's another important task happening here. That's immune stimulation. Estradiol doesn't just prepare the uterus structurally, it also primes the immune system. Specifically, it stimulates the Th1 immune response, which is responsible for cellular-mediated immunity. That's the body's frontline defense against intracellular invaders like viruses and bacteria. While Th1 responses are vital for defense, an overactive or misdirected Th1 response can lead to autoimmune diseases, where the immune system attacks healthy tissue. Chronic Th1 activation can perpetuate inflammation, which is an immune response, leading to tissue damage. This sustained response can be due to constant priming of the immune system through diet, supplements, hormone replacement therapy, environmental triggers, all of them causing failures in immune tolerance mechanisms. The increased production of estradiol ensures that the immune system is on high alert during this time, particularly because cervical mucus becomes more fluid, allowing sperm and potentially bacteria into the uterus. Estradiol helps activate natural killer cells and T cells to protect the uterus from infection while the body is preparing for the potential pregnancy. Now, if fertilization doesn't occur, the menstrual cycle enters its next phase, the ischemic phase. Both the ischemic phase and estrone are rarely spoken of by healthcare providers. This is where estrone comes into play. Estrone is produced during the late luteal phase, specifically from days 21 to 28 of the menstrual cycle. If no pregnancy is detected, estrone causes vasoconstriction of the blood vessels to the old uterine lining, and this is where estrone takes over to stimulate the immune system once again, but with a different goal in mind. Instead of protecting the uterus, estrone stimulates an attack on the old uterine lining, helping the body shed the old uterine lining. During the ischemic phase, when blood flow to the uterine lining decreases, estrone activates the immune system to begin grooming the uterine lining for removal. This process involves breaking down the tissue and starting the menstrual bleeding, essentially resetting the cycle for the next month. In this way, both estrone and estradiol act as immune stimulators, keeping the Th1 immune response active and priming the body's defense throughout the cycle. Now here's where things get interesting and potentially problematic. These hormonal shifts, especially the constant immune priming that happens throughout the menstrual cycle, can make women more prone to non-resolving immune responses, affectionately known as autoimmune diseases. In other words, the immune system, when constantly activated, may not turn off when it's supposed to. And as we know, everything the body does is defensive in nature. It is always trying to protect itself. But when the immune system stays in overdrive, it can lead to chronic, long-lasting, non-resolving immune responses. Health providers call this inflammation, and in some cases, it's an autoimmune disease. This risk becomes even more concerning for women on hormone replacement therapy. Hormone replacement therapy often involves taking estradiol to manage menopausal symptoms. But here's the catch. This estradiol, in the form of hormone replacement therapy, constantly primes the immune system when it's taken consistently, and over time, this can lead to the development of autoimmune diseases or non-resolving inflammation because the immune system is persistently activated without the natural breaks that occur in the regular menstrual cycle. So what's the takeaway here? Unfortunately, healthcare professionals consider hormonal symptoms and autoimmune conditions two totally separate issues. As far as they're concerned, hormones are hormones, immune responses are immune responses, and never the twain shall meet. While estrone and estradiol are essential for regulating the menstrual cycle and maintaining reproductive health, their role in immune stimulation has a downside, especially when the body is exposed to constant hormonal stimulation through hormone replacement therapy. For women using hormone replacement therapies, it's crucial to be aware of the potential impact on their immune system and to have open conversations with their healthcare providers about the risks of chronic inflammation and autoimmune conditions. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into how estrone and estradiol not only regulate the menstrual cycle, but also prime the immune system, sometimes in a way that can lead to health challenges. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more discussions on the complex connections between hormones and health. Until next time, stay informed, take care of your body. It's always working to take care of you.